Hello Greebos and welcome back to downloadable content. And yes, I have another mod showcase to share with you today. I have about a dozen mods and almost half of them are spells. I think you're going to really have fun in this one. Sit back, relax, and make sure you download all these mods. The first mod on today's list is, I'm going to categorize it as a saving grace mod, and that is the Spell Wheel Enhancer by Davey3684. No longer do you have to guess what spell you're trying to select. Davey has you covered. Have you ever been wondering how you can get more spells in game? Well, the Spell Wheel Enhancer mod lets you do that. So now when I bring up my spell wheel, look at all these extra spells I can select. And more importantly, it tells me the name of them. So as things start to look exactly the same, I can be like, that one's not telekinesis, but it is. That one's a bunch of my other stuff. So this one is beyond quality of life. I would say that this is a necessity if you're going to be installing mods and mod spells. Moving right along, we have Butter Stabs by Doggo. This one just lets you, get that extra oomph while trying to stab people. And also it gives you kind of piercing everything. It's a blast. You're going to love it. Butter Stabs is a fantastic mod because it doesn't just let you stab through guys, well, like butter. It also enables you to do piercing everything. So if I want to get right into the stone, I can get right into the stone. So this helps if I just want to pin an enemy against the wall, or if I want to be like, jump, stab into the wall and do some cool guy climbing. This is how you're going to do some cool guy climbing. Psst, guy, come over here. I want to show them the stabs. Good swing. Anyway, so grab him and then ready? Gah! So that's going to be stuck right in the wall there. So if you just want to show your enemies a good time and strike some fear into them, pin their friends up against the wall and see their reactions. Up next, we have the Flight Spell by Kai Devi. And yes, it's super fun to explore the map in U10, but I warn you, there are some unfortunately made, invisible walls that kind of halts your exploration. But I think you're going to love this one anyway, because it lets you get to places that you're not supposed to get. Look how beautiful these U10 dungeon maps are. But I want to be able to explore and see them from different angles. So let's do that. Equipping the flight spell in one hand while holding it enables you to go where your hand is telling you. And be careful, like I said, there are some, invisible walls. But while flying around, as I'm casting the spell, if I hold the grip as well as the trigger, I can hold myself in place. So if I just want to view things around, I can do so. You can also cast it with two hands to get faster speeds. Whoa, faster speeds. But like I said, invisible walls, they'll make you a tiny bit sad as you want to explore all this amazing stuff in here. I really wish that they would remove the invisible boundaries so that I can enjoy these maps a tiny bit better. Up next, we have the Mandalorian Rifle by PiePop101. If you haven't heard of PiePop yet, well, you're probably living under a rock because he's been making some amazing mods. And he also has his own YouTube where he shows you how to make those mods. You should check him out sometime. But let's take a look at the Mandalorian Rifle, and you are in for a surprise. So this Mandalorian Rifle is, pretty cool. I mean, look at the model first and foremost. Pretty cool model, right? And of course, it has some firing. Oh, look at that. It fires a fireball. Take that. But let's see what happens when you actually shoot an NPC with this thing. Hey, bud, check this out. Oh, I actually missed. Boom. There you go. So when you shoot these guys, they literally turn to dust. They actually disintegrate from this thing. So completely OP to use in the dungeon, but I mean, come on. Look at this waste of a human. He's just gonna be like, I'm sorry, I'm such a waste of a human, Drifter. Don't worry, everyone is still useless for something. Wait, did I say that right? Doesn't matter, disintegrate. Yeah, Mandalorian Rifle, must have. Up next, we have Scale by Lineca. Have you ever just had, a weapon that was just a little bit too small and wanted to make it bigger? Well, Scale enables you to do that, and it enables you to do some pretty crafty things with the NPCs. Let's take a look. The Scale mod is an epic because it enables you to do some very fun things while in game. Look at this dagger, so puny, so fragile. It needs to be massive. So what we do is we go to our spell wheel and select Scale. With one hand while using weapons, we can hold down the trigger and go, oh, get larger. So I can just make this go till its maximum, which is about here for a dagger. And look how ridiculous this is. This is trying to use a one-handed dagger. Of course, we can go the other way. If I really want this to be really just like a teeny tiny toothpick, I can make this a teeny tiny toothpick. Look how small that is. Like literally, it's just like fell through my hand. It's so small, but it looks so cute. And of course, you can do it on NPCs. So with both of these things equipped, you want to have the scale in both hands. Sir, stop. And you just hold the triggers and you can just start going, oh, yes. And look at that, just scale him down to, let's say, doll size. So now he's doll size, you know, he's gonna try to fight me, but, you know, he's really not gonna succeed. Boom! Come here. Fine, let's just do whack-a-mole. Punch. There you go. What better way just to beat up a G.I. Joe? It's just like in here. I love using the scale mod. It's just so fun to do. Whoop, boom! Now the real question is, will they notice like the stealth mechanism if I use scale on him while he hasn't aggroed me? So let's go behind him and let's go bumpa-da-bum-bum, bumpa-dee-bum-bum. Oh my god. Yeah, he really hasn't noticed. He's just like, yeah, that's not a problem. He's gonna fall. Does that kill him? Does he die from that? You can basically use scale on like almost every interactable geometry, so I can be like, yeah, let's make this, you know, big enough for that man to take a nice bath. All right? Now that happens to you. Yes, I nailed that. Ah. While the inertia actually keeps him in there. That is crazy. Okay, no, not a problem. Not a problem. Oh no, don't hit him. Look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Perfect. And let's try and scale it up even further. I think I actually got him underneath it also. That's amazing. So this is the scale mod. Oh man, just use this in the dungeon to do a bunch of crazy dungeon things. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. Oh no, oh no. He's fine, he's fine, he's fine. Oh God. I recommend using this with caution. Otherwise, you're gonna get some pretty insane results. Moving on, we have the random weapon spawner made by Clunk. If you have your vanilla weapons plus any modded weapons, this one enables you to just bring anything out, even when you're in a dungeon. So you know that awkward moment when you get into the dungeon and you realize, damn it, I didn't bring any weapons with me, and I'm not using the terrible weapons the NPCs have. So what you do is you go into your spell wheel and select the spawner spell. And all you do is you press the trigger and blammo! Hey look, the Mandalorian rifle came back. This will literally spawn things at random. So whatever you want, just go ahead, you know, use a spawner spell, and you can get access to, well, all of the stuff that you have installed in the game. Next up, we have the NPC spawner spell by Talion. This one is one of my favorite spells. It seems simple enough, but enables you to summon your dark arts and bring life to wherever you want it, and cast an NPC wherever. So in the dungeon mode, well, let's see how it works. You ever feel just super alone? While in the U10 dungeon, I'm not looking to be your therapist, but sometimes I feel alone while in the U10 dungeon, and well, I want to spawn a friend. So what we do is we go to the NPC spawner spell, but in-game it's called Dummies. So now with this thing held, this white glow spawns a friend wherever you cast it. Like, this guy's on my team. Right, friend, you're on my team. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. But you can also cast it again. So while holding the trigger, tap the grip button and you'll uncast it. Hold it again, it'll change to red. And well, red usually means bad guy. So now I spawned a bad guy. There we go, blue, my bad. I spawned an actual dummy. I used the blue one to spawn an ally. Go ally, get him! So I can make my own scenes. I don't have to worry about the dungeon. Yeah, these guys are dumb and somehow don't seem to collide with each other, but that's not a problem. Ah! Friend, don't try that. I will spawn another friend to outnumber you. But once you've had your fill, you know, all good things have to come to an end. Up next, we have the Sword of the Fallen Templar, not the Blade of the Fallen Templar, also made by Malicious. These two go hand in hand. I showed off the blade last time, and well, here's the sword. It's going to give you some intense Shadow of War vibes. So if you want to be Talion, well, here's how you be Talion. The Sword of the Fallen Templar just kind of looks like an awesome short sword. Technically, you can wield it with 2 hands, but it's a little too small to do that, but choose as you will. You'll also notice this amazing sword trail that comes with it. And this, you'll notice this guy, I'm doing something, but it actually comes with a sword trail, so it can look like, I don't know, a lot of weapons don't come with a sword trail. I'm not a huge fan of sword trails, but I do appreciate this one. What I appreciate even more is half sorting, because right now, Blade and Sorcery doesn't give the vanilla weapons half sorting, but this one, you can grab this wherever you want. So this guy goes perfectly with the blade itself. So this is my, sword, and this is the broken blade. Both really cool. So this is, get those Talion vibes from Shadow of War. Have fun with these. Up next is another spell, and it's called The Force U10 edition by Rave Lizard. If you just want to, push people, but you don't want to touch them because they're dirty, The Force lets you do that. Let's check out this Force. Hold the spell wheel and you'll find it looks exactly like lightning for some reason. We only have so many colors. So we select the Force, and while holding it, our guy's just like, whoa, I'm casting. But you should just be able to kind of push things, while you're holding it. Friend, Force push. Force, there we go. Force push. It's kind of works like lightning. So if your hand's doing this, that means it's not casting, you're just kind of holding it. So you have to release it like that. So if you're good at doing lightning, you're going to be good at using this Force one, but just know that this is not casting it. The hand has to be open to cast it, and you're just pushing it with, your human elbow. Up next is a mod that really doesn't need an introduction, and that's Mystic Hands by Lineca. And I'm going to let these ones, speak and play for itself. Oh man, there's a lot of dead bodies. I don't want to touch them and get lupus. So what we do is we go into our spell wheel and choose Mystic Hands. I'm going to have them in both hands. So what we do, here we go. We just press the trigger and summon. Look at that Mystic Hand over there. And summon. There is an optional, well, that guy's stuck. Unsummon. Summon over here. There we go. There is an optional file if you want to kind of change the size and color, but also note this will spawn the distance that you set them. So if I bring it a little bit here, they'll spawn closer. If I put my hands out, they're going to spawn further away. So just keep that in mind. So if a guy comes close to you, you're going to accidentally punch yourself in the face like in real life, trying to get that. So just know that wherever you start is how close the hands are going to get. So I recommend, doing it a little bit. But I can use the bottom grip to pick these guys up and be like, clean up time, gotta clean up the body parts. So we can pick this up and try and scoop the head up. Scoop, come on, scoop. Fine, I'm gonna have to use my human hands and get lupus now. Put the head in the barrel and just, oh no. Now get the head back in the barrel. I gotta look out for that tree. But it's like the crane game. I could be like, okay, goodbye. I really like using this in the dungeon because, you can do some pretty fun stuff. Look at this guy. Hey, bud, poke. He's like, no. Man, just, you can do some pretty memey stuff with this. Bye-bye. Hey, I see you down there. Come here. He's like, oh my God, is that a Mystic Hand? Come here. I need to reach down and grab you. This guy ran away from me. I can't handle that. You, come here. Reach around the corner. Let's see if I can get him. Oh my God. I got him. That's so good. So, yeah, Mystic Hands, you're going to have some non-stop fun, especially in the dungeon with this. Our penultimate entry on today's list is Dark Chains by Little Husky. Also updated to U10 now, this spell enables you to stop enemies in their track and hold them there like you're some powerful being. So if those NPCs are getting a little too uppity, let's hold them back and 1v1 them. Let's take a look. Up next, we have Dark Chains by Little Husky. And this one casts and looks like it's going to be gravity, but you'll find it in your spell wheel. It's this yellow one, this piss yellow one. But select that one and, this is casting it. I don't know why you would cast Dark Chains because you're going to want to use the grip on people. Let me show you. You see this idiot coming for me? All I have to do is just go whoop. So now I'm force choking him with the actual grip itself. And then when I release it, he's dark chained. He's just I guess I'm trapped here until I choose to release him. And I can release him by usually holding the grip and then the spell use button at the same time, but I don't know why it's not working. Well, I accidentally ripped his arm off. That's my bad. Oh, that's right. You have to actually physically grab him on those parts and it releases. So look at these two guys. One, he's getting too uppity, so I'll fight him in a second. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me fight this guy. Wait, he almost got me, and I can't have that happen. So now, Enjoy just beat the crap out of people as they least expect it. Or most expect it. I don't know. They'll expect it now that they're chained. Oh, he's not looking sorry. Gah! Our final entry on today's list is, drum roll please, Remove Slow-Mo Crouch by Wooly. This one is more of an accessibility slash quality of life mod because, well, when you duck like this, you move around too slow. I want to move around faster than that. I don't have time to be moving around slow as I'm trying to break necks. So break necks with speed with Remove Slow-Mo Crouch. The removing slow-mo crouch is a good accessibility thing. So either if you're crouching in real life or using the stick itself, you can still move at normal walking speed while crouched. So this way you can still do some like Arkham Asylum style movements while, you know, not walking as slow as, well, a pet rock. We're gonna fast crawl behind him and he doesn't even hear. I can go dun 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 dun, doesn't hear, and I can still get to where I'm going extremely quickly. So have fun stealthing around in the dungeon now. Gah! And move quickly and they will not be able to hear you. Well, Greebos, that is it for today's mod showcase. I hope you had a ton of fun. I showed you about a dozen mods that you absolutely need to download right away. They're tons of fun and there are a ton more to come because Blade and Sorcery just keeps getting updated. And don't forget, Blade and Sorcery Nomad comes out on November 4th. And look here first, because we're going to have a fun review for it, and I'll show you a bunch of cool things about the game. And hey, listen, if you're new to downloadable content, why not consider subscribing? You know, it's free. All you have to do is just go click that little thing right there, and you're subscribed. Join up. I greatly appreciate you. Make sure you hit up all the links in the description. The mod list is down below, and so is the Discord. That's the best place to go to find all your U10 mods because we have them all pinned in the community section. Other than that, I'm Rob from Downloadable Content. Thank you so much for stopping by, and well, I'll see you in the next video.